Welcome everyone to In Our Truck Night America, coming to you live under the lights from World Wide Technology Raceway in Madison, Illinois. It's race 14 of the season for the Gainbridge Truck Series, and the pressure is starting to build. Just 4 races remain before the chase begins, and every point, every pass, and every pit stop counts. I'm Charlie Davenport, and it's all on the line tonight in this Wednesday night showdown. The field is set, the engines are ready, and the fans are fired up. So let's head down trackside for the pre-race show. And as we get into our pre-race show here, trackside at Gateway, it's going to be 80 laps around here, 100 miles, but as you see, here in Madison, Illinois, as the night's sailing in, it's going to be 92 degrees, which is pretty insane. Probably our hottest race we've seen so far this year. Though that will be good for the drivers because it does add some more grip onto the grip they're already going to have, as it's not going to be today. And as the night settles in here in racing, you know, the track always is going to get more grippier. And adding this heat onto it, it's going to be a very interesting race. This track is 1.25 miles long, so we'll see how that goes. Pretty short track, about egg-shaped oval, it looks like. So it'll be interesting to see how these drivers are able to manage the heat and everything here at Gateway. This looks like it's going to be a little bit of a wild card race. Nathan Stapleton on pole, a very weird qualifying. Landon Lieback struggling a little bit in qualifying as well. But that's going to be pretty much it for our race overview. Very hot and humid here at Gateway, so it's going to be very interesting to see how these drivers are able to manage that. And then next, as we get into our standings, this is a very interesting one coming into this race. As you can see, we got the top 20 drivers here. You can see Landon Lieback has a 1-point lead over Sanjay Vittoria. Lieback in this race qualified 28th, so he's not having the greatest start to his weekend, and he's likely going to struggle a little bit. And Sanjay Vittoria starting 4th here today. He's going to look to capitalize on that. Peter Onjak right behind him, 14 points behind. Onjak's been heating up. He just passed William Ayers and Matt Morley the past couple of weeks. Onjak's a driver to look out for, starting 2nd here today. I think Onjak could be dangerous to this top 2 we have so far. Onjak's really heating up at these tracks, and he's pretty solid at speedways and short tracks, so I think Onjak is the most dangerous driver in the field currently and the hottest driver. Matt Morley still struggling quite a bit. I do think Matt Morley eventually is going to drop down to his cutoff line because he's had some terrible performances and they just keep stacking up. And I think Matthew Hubert and Nathan Stapleton and all these other guys are going to pass him eventually. But this right here could be our chase as you look at it. We saw Sierra Cooper win last week at Mexico City. She's been messing with this cutoff line for quite a while, and now that win propels her over it. Just over Brandon Haynes, who's starting 5th here today. And I think this could be our playoff picture if everything goes well. And it's going to be tough for Rogel and Davenport to make it in, those two McNally racing machines. We'll see if they're able to do it, but Haynes and Cooper are very strong drivers. If anything, Cooper could possibly drop out, but it's going to be a tight race going into our final regular season race at the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis. So it's going to be something to watch out for. And Eric Monaco title, Davenport as well, so he's someone to watch out for, our Memphis winner. But besides that, drivers behind the Rox D'Angelo, Carl Young, our Las Vegas winner, George for Jordan, they're all people to watch out, but they need to have some good performances. So we'll see how it plays out. And it's just going to be a very interesting one, and ignore that saying after race 12, it's supposed to say race 14 or 13, whatever it was. But yeah, that's what the point standings look like coming into this one, the chase standings. Technically, Matt Morley's going to be someone to watch to drop. Nathan Stapleton on pole here today. This could be a great capitalizer for him to really catch up to William Ayers, possibly, who isn't starting well as well. I think William Ayers and Matt Morley might both fall to the cutoff line because they just haven't been as strong in the second part of the season. William Ayers is a solid driver. He just consistently finishes 10th through 15th, so he gets the points, but it's just not. It's just the basic minimum, the bare minimum, and heading to Eldora in 2 weeks after Pocono for this weekend, it's going to be interesting to see how he's able to tackle that track. That could help him a little bit, but he really has to step up his performance. So let's now head down trackside and look at our drivers, look out for this race before we head to Green Flag Racing here on a Wednesday night. And starting off, our drivers look out for in this race, and start off with our pole sitter, Nathan Stapleton. Pole sitter in 5th fastest in practice. He needs a good performance here today. That Tricon Garage team is very strong. They got a couple trucks up here. We'll see what they're able to do. It's going to be tough fending off Onjak and Vittoria, but he's got this inside line, so I do think he is going to get the early jump. The question is, can he hold on to it? And then next, it's going to be the man directly behind him starting 3rd here today. I'm sorry it says fourth, but Patrick Findrop, he has improved every week. He has been solid on every track, and he's just getting better and better weekly. Finished third last week at third or fourth last week at Nashville Super Speedway. One position behind Landon Lauterbach, who beat him on pit strategy. But this 13 team has been very fast lately. Findrop has brought a newfound life into this team. Fortunately, it looks like playoffs are out of the picture, but Findrop has really solidified himself as a contender in this series, and yeah, it's going to be somebody to look out for. And I'm sorry to Patrick Findrop because it's Patrick Findrop, so I'm sorry for blemishing your name here, but yeah, Patrick Findrop is going to be someone to look out for coming into this race starting third here today. He's got that inside line advantage, and we'll see what he's able to do. Our next driver to look out for, who's going to be starting behind Findrop and Vittoria, is going to be the 91 of Raul Dorrance. He needs a good race. He should go on that cutoff line. We talked about how he needs to close on that gap, and this could be the race to do it. Starting pretty good here today, but the guy he's trying to chase down is starting on the inside of him, so it's a tough challenge for Raul Dorn, but can he put together? We've seen him do it a couple times this season. He has a good long run pace in that truck usually, so we'll see if he's able to carve his way through this field in that long run and really improve on his season and get that final spot from Brandon Haynes. Then our fourth and final driver is going to be Chris James. Had a solid debut at Mexico City last week, and now he's in his own territory of Speedway Racing. Finished 13th right behind Sergio Vittoria. They were battling for quite a while there, but starting 7th here today, Ryan Bros Racing, they got a fast machine. We'll see what James is able to do in his second start in his Speedway debut. I think he's going to have a good performance starting on that inside line. Ford has a lot of fast trucks coming to this weekend, so we'll see what they're able to do with it.
Start your engines!
So, folks, you can see these trucks fired off and ready to go. Nathan Stapleton is going to be our pole sitter and leading us to green. You can see the starting grid on the left side of your screen, sponsored by Auto Parts for Less. It's going to be an interesting one here, folks. 80 laps around World Wide Technology Raceway. The race to the chase is winding down. Who is going to make it? And Nathan Stapleton, this could be an opportunity to gain some points on those guys ahead. And this could be an opportunity for some other guys like Raul Dorn, Brandon Haynes, to exercise their lead or even make their way in. So it's be something to watch for in this race. But yeah, 92 degrees here tonight. It's going to be a very hot race. We'll see how these guys are able to last around it. But the pace truck is going to appear on the pit road, and we're going to get ready to go green here for the Enjoy Illinois 300. So as the pace truck peels down pit road here, folks, it's going to be Nathan Stapleton leading us to green here for the Enjoy Illinois 300. And the green flag is out. As we come through, you can already see some near contact between championship rivals Sergio Vittoria and Peter Onjak on that first lap, but now it is 3 wide for second between Patrick Findrop and Peter Onjak and Brandon Haynes, and they're close to making contact, not quite there. Peter Onjak's going to pull out of it now. Vittoria's going to move under Findrop here, trying to make a pass on him. Can he get it done, though? 45 is going to clear him now. There goes that 92 peering to the inside, but he's going to check up quite a little bit there. But Nathan Stapleton likes to see this as this battling lets him drive away. And you saw the launch he got on that start there. He got a great launch, and he is already driving away a little bit here from these guys battling behind. But now Vittoria side by side with Findrop for third. He's got Peter Onjak right behind him. And Vittoria, it looks like he's going to clear him now. Now look at Chris James. He's a big mover already. He's now looking to the inside of Onjak and the 13. So Onjak already being held up on this top line, and that 3-wide move earlier did not help him at all, and now he's going to be struggling a little bit. He's got Rogaldorn right behind him. Dorn, of course, does not want to see that 45 in second now, and I feel like that 45, if I'm not mistaken, is closing in on Nathan Stapleton right now. Yes, he is. He chopped that lead down quite a little bit, and now Nathan Stapleton might be on some pressure here soon. And yeah, you can see that 45. Haynes, he's got a lot of speed under that hood, and now he is closing in a little bit. But now Adrian Gill behind him looking to make a pass on the 91 of Rogaldorn. We'll see. No, not even. But he's got Alexander Rowe on his outside nearly there. Rowe making his second start here. He's got his Spire teammate up, Matthew Huber, looking to the inside of Davenport. And it looks like Rowe's going to use that outside line, so that Bama Buggies machine has got some speed here. But as we close up front, that 45 looking to make a pass on that 17, doesn't quite get it, and now he's going to introduce that 92 into the party here. And now Vittoria could possibly be looking for second here, or maybe even make a double pass for first. But behind them, it could be 3 wide here pretty soon. No, not quite, but Matthew Hubert and Adrian Goes get to the inside of that 43. Davenport going to get a little bit of a launch going into the turn, but so far you can see a little bit of checkups. You got to really arc your truck around this corner, and some guys are checking up trying to do that, but that checkup is expected. Now behind him, you can see Onjak looking to the outside of that 13 to fender up. Does he get the move off? Doesn't quite look like it. The man fastest in practice was Landon Lauterbach, but he had a terrible qualifying session, I believe. Made some contact with the wall or something, but it looks like Onjak could get the pass off. No, not quite. Still side by side with Fender up here, but as we catch up front, you can see Sanjo Vittoria making the pass for second now. Can he get it done on Brandon Haynes? Yeah, he's going to the inside. I think he's going to clear that 45 here. Yes, he will. It looks like he's already going to make a melee for that number 17 of Nathan Stapleton. Yeah, closing in very well on Nathan Stapleton there. Checks up quite a little bit. Does that allow that 45 to get back into the outside? No, it doesn't. Now look at 45. Brandon Haynes going to look to the inside now once again to get the pass off on Vittoria now. Side by side here for a second. It looks like this 45 is going to get the move off now. So a big battle for second. It's going to allow Nathan Stapleton once again to try to drive away. And Peter Onjak, where does he fit into all this? Does he make a move? No, I think he's going to get caught up. No, for a second it looked like he might get caught up there. No, he's going to stick behind that 92. I thought that 13 could have possibly forced it there, but it doesn't look like it. Vanderhoff, though, closing in on the back. Does he make it 3 wide for second? No, but he's going to force his way in there. He says, I got places to be, Haynes, and he's now going to look to make a pass for fourth behind them. So, in all of that, now the 92, he's got that 38 on the back on his back bumper, and now Peter Onjak will look to maybe make a pass. You saw earlier at the start, Onjak and Vittoria nearly made contact. Vittoria was riding the rear of that 92 of that 38 going into the turn. They could have ended badly if Vittoria really wanted to. He could have really spun out that 38, but he didn't. But Brandon Haynes now, he's going to have to now challenge back up front to that 38. But as we go throughout the field, see Matt Morley making some passes here. He's actually doing pretty decent. He's looking to make a pass for 13th. Behind him, David Dixon didn't start too well. He's already making his way up through the field, though, making a pass on Clinton Buchanan here, and it looks like he might get clear. And yes, he does. So he's going to pass that 88 to Buchanan. Buchanan's going to get a run on the outside. I don't think it's going to quite happen, though. And, ooh, look at Bajorn. Bajorn nearly makes contact with that number 33, Davey Wallace, but some guys I was looking out for, Landon Lauterbach, fastest in practice. Doesn't look like he quite has the pace right now, but he is trying to carve his way through the field. He is all the way up to, I want to say, 27th, and that 75 Sierra Cooper's having some issues. He's 4 laps down as well, so Cooper sitting on that cutoff line. We mentioned how other guys have to have good performances, and it looks like it could be a possibility now as Bjornsson is making his way through the field. He's guiding that 71 through, so we'll see if that 71 is able to make some miracles happen. Like, not Rockingham. Whatever that race was before that Peter Onjak won. Nashville. Sorry about that, folks. But now, as we catch back up front, speaking of Peter Onjak, he's going to dive to the inside of the 92 Sergio Vittoria, looking to get the pass off for second and closing in on the back of Nathan Stapleton. Saw him really riding that apex there. That's kind of tough to do here at Gateway, but he does get it done. We've seen throughout the season some guys are starting to step up and challenge this big three, we thought, of Landon Laudenbach and Peter Onjak. For example, Brandon Haynes has really heated up lately. But now, can Onjak get past this 92 and set his sights on the 17? Nathan Stapleton's led every lap in this race so far, and he's doing a pretty good job at it. Oh, and there goes Brandon Haynes. He's going to slingshot to the inside of this 92 as well. Really sticking his nose in there now. Still green flag in this, still green in this race, but now that 45 looking to the inside. Can he get the pass off for third is the question. See Alexander Rowe looking to make a pass on his teammate of Matthew Hubert behind. These guys are still side by side for third here, but Peter Onjak's closing in on the back of this 17. Does he make a move here soon? I don't quite know, but that 92 might get clear of this 45 here, and it looks like yes he does. So that 92 works back around on that outside line, and he gets the move off. And that 77 on road doesn't get the move off on his teammate, but now Davenport and Gill are once again battling two road course ringers at it. Behind them, that 19 and 41 Travis Rawlin, they're battling once again. But you see that check up there in that turn, they really got to make the corner, so some guys... Oh, there goes Chris James! Oh! And there's a wreck ahead! Nathan Stapleton! He's around! I don't know what quite happened, but Nathan Stapleton's around, and that shakes this one up. And I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Nathan Stapleton was around our leader, and now that's going to put the 38 of Peter Onjak in the lead. And as these guys, I think, are heading down pit road immediately, let's go see what just happened there. And as the drivers are making their way down pit road, you can see it here, folks. We got a bump and run action going on, and the 38 of Peter Onjak just completely turns this 17, gives it the good old bump and run, and that 17 goes right into the inside wall. That causes that 22 of Chris James to collide into the wall there, but that is not what you want to see here in the Gainbridge Truck Series. Nathan Stapleton just got bumped out the way, and that's one of the first times we've seen that all season. Some drivers have been wondering when it would happen, and it happens here. And now, as we catch back up, as they're going to be on pit road here, Peter Onjak showing no mercy to Nathan Stapleton there, and that's going to result in probably some tempers flaring here at Gateway. Wow, you don't really see that a lot here in our Truck Down America, but that 17 just got completely dumped by Onjak there. You don't like to see that, but it happens. And now they all make their way down pit road in this race on lap 17. So Onjak really showing his muscle here early on. We'll see what he's able to do in this pit cycle. He got a pretty good launch compared to everybody else, but man, oh man, Nathan Stapleton probably showing the bird to that 38 team. Those two pit boxes, of course, side by side. Probably not some nice words being exchanged between those crew chiefs, but it looks like 2 tire stops there, unless I'm mistaken. No, it's going to be 4 tires for some guys, but you hate to see that for Nathan Stapleton. I think there was a couple split strategies there. I think some guys took 2 and some guys took 4 because Fender dropped a little bit, but that is just something we don't quite see here a lot. But that 17 just got dumped, and sometimes tempers are going to flare here at NR Truck Night America. I'm not sure what quite happened. That could have been a mistake by that 38 team. He did close in pretty quickly on that 17. That probably wasn't as intentional, but 17's going to restart here 10th, so we'll see how that impacts him in this race. But that damage is going to be it's going to be quite hard. That 17 probably got a bent up front, and they probably used a hammer to pound it in, though. But as we look at a rundown, Matthew Hubert jumps up to 5th, I want to say, yeah. Hubert's going to be, 4th. 5th's going to be Ronald Orange. 6th is going to be Alexander Rowe. That 22 of Chris James who got into the wall there, we'll see if that damage impacts him as well. But all the way back here, Patrick Fenderop did not have the greatest stop. Sierra Cooper still on pit road, 60 damage. I'm not quite sure what happened to her. We'll take a look at that. But yeah, some guys on some split strategies here, but yeah, it's going to be a double foul restart for this race, so we'll see how this restart plays out. It's going to be Peter Onjak leading us back to green, but that is something interesting that happened early on in this race, and we'll see if any more tempers flare in this one, but I don't think Onjak's too much of a fan of that 17, unless it was a mistake. It could have been a mistake. Based off the replay, it doesn't look like he really tried to get into him, but we're not really sure. He could have turned him into the wall on purpose. It's basically he said, she said. We'll see what Onjak says happened, but it very well could be the case where he did turn him on purpose. Like and subscribe, folks, if you enjoy this action. A couple races left in the regular season for the Gainbridge Truck Series before we head into the playoffs. Then we head into the off-season. In the off-season, there will be some news. There likely will be a new series appearing in the off-season that you guys can watch for the time being. Only going to probably be 8 to 12 race series, but we'll see how it goes. If you in the Discord, you probably know what type of series it's going to be, but if you're not, try to join it. If you don't have Discord, then you can't, but yeah. So this is going to be Onjak leading us to the green. I'm curious what that damage will look like on that number 17 of Nathan Stapleton. We'll see if that impacts him a lot, but you just don't see that a lot, especially at the front of the pack where guys just completely take each other out like that, but it did happen here. But we are going to be restarting here on lap 20 with 61 laps to go, so still a long race ahead of us, but that is something very interesting that played out early on in this one. Which it very well could have been a mistake. You don't really know. Very well could have been a mistake by the 38 team. We'll likely learn more post-race or as the race goes on for that 38 and 17 radio. But, of course, if you're Nathan Stapleton, mistake or not, you're going to be upset by that. Running a perfect race, led every lap, and then you just completely get dumped by the guy behind you. You don't like to see that, but it just happens sometimes, so we'll see how it plays out for them. Landon Lauterbach, a guy to look out for. He's already up to 21st, so this restart, he's going to be on that inside line. We'll see what he's able to do. But, yeah, once again, going to be double foul restarts for this race, so restarts could be a little chaotic in this one. But Peter Onjak's going to be leading us back to green here. Going to come through that Geico restart zone. Going to be 61 more laps to go. He's got his main rival, Sanjo Vittoria, on his outside, but the green flag is going to be back out here for the Enjoy Illinois 300, and what a launch by that outside line of Vittoria. That technically is a restart violation if this was real-life NASCAR, but the 38 just did not get a good launch here. But behind them, Brandon Haynes already looking for third. Matthew Hubert on that outside line. battling side by side with them. Oh, there goes Onjak. Oh, Onjak going to make a late dive to pit road there. I don't know what's going on with that truck, but he is making a late dive to pit road. Possibly some engine issues there for Onjak. We'll see what the case is, but he is making his way down pit road now. So now that's going to allow Sanjo Vittoria to get the lead now, and behind him is going to be Brandon Haynes and Matthew Hubert, the 91 of Rogel Dorn as well. I don't know if Peter Onjak maybe had a tire rub for making contact with that 17, but he is now not going to be much of a factor in this one. So we look down pit road here. I'm not sure what quite happened with that 38, but he's likely going to be a lap down unless he makes it out. But it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. But that is very interesting, but we'll see if Haynes is able to catch up to this 92 here and possibly make a pass, but it looks like Onjak is going to get out ahead of that 92, so he's probably on a separate strategy now, likely the Matthew Hubert alternate strategy that we saw at Charlotte, where he still came home in 5th, but they're already starting to spread out a little bit. The Patrick Findorop, who made a 4-tire stop, I believe, which slowed him up. He's already made his way up all the way up to 10th here, making a pass for 8th on Adrian Gale, actually. So Findorop, he's got some fresh rubber on that truck, and he's looking to make his way through the field. Nathan Stapleton, our pole sitter, got dumped by that 38. He's going to have a long road ahead of him, but he's got 2 trucks battling ahead. But up ahead, 92 Sanjo Vittoria now leads. He's got that 45 Brandon Haynes behind him, but does Haynes have anything for him? Because with how it's looking right now, if there's a long green flag run to the end, we'll see how that 38 does. But right now, it looks like this 92 is in a comfortable position. He's already driving away a little bit, but behind them, you see Findorop now making a pass on Davenport for 7th, so he is moving quickly through this race, and he started third. He started 3rd in this race, so he's got a fast truck, maybe even faster than Vittoria possibly, so we'll see how that plays out, but now he is on the chase. He's got some fresh rubber, but now look at Davenport diving back down to the inside of him. But he's not going to get anything done now. Going to have to hope for the best, but now look at Nathan Stapleton. Gets a good corner there. Oh, some contact there between Adrian Gill and that 23 Nicholas Torres. They keep it going though. But now Stapleton doesn't even try to make a pass on that 19 to Peter Onjak. It would be a long shot here, but he is probably not the happiest driver right now. And there he goes looking to the inside. So looking to the inside there, and the caution's back out on this one. Actually, I'm not sure what quite happened, but the caution is back out. And it could have involved this number 18, and it looks like it did involve this 18 to James Daniels, so we're going to do a no-cut replay and see what happened. So another caution in this one here, folks, but let's see what happened to the 18 to James Daniel, I assume, got involved in this one. And it looks like, oh, damn, we've seen this a couple times this season here, folks. Yeah, he gets a bump from that 52 and that 56 colliding behind. Yeah, he just gets spun out there. I don't know if that quite warranted a caution, but he was stopped on the track. But, yeah, he's going to get spun around there. James Daniel, fortunately, gets a bump from that 52. We've seen a lot of bumps be thrown around here today, and he's just in a sandwich between those 2 Toyotas there, and there is nowhere he could go. So no cut replay, sponsored by Toyota. We're going to change this one once again. We'll see who's going to come down the pit road this time. Gale's coming down. He's going to split up pit strategy quite a bit here. It looks like Gale's coming down. See who else plays that alternate strategy here, but Gale, I saw a few others. Landon Lauterbach's coming down, so he's trying to get some fresh rubber on that machine, but this is going to split up strategy a little bit. We saw a little bit of changes be made in pit crews, but yeah, looks like it's just going to be Gale and Landon Lauterbach coming down the pit road here, so they're just going to get some fresh rubber and possibly see if they can do what Patrick Findorop did. But as our second caution out in the span of a couple laps, more contact being spread between these drivers. So now we're back under caution here at World Wide Technology Raceway, and we'll see if this one stays green for the rest of them. But right now it looks like it is going to be a caution fest. These guys are just exchanging bumps, and that's just not quite what you want to do, and that is hurting them in this race. So Sanjo Vittoria, once again, leading. That 45 Brandon Haynes didn't quite have the pace for him, but we'll see if that changes throughout this one. But those guys coming down pit road on some separate strategies. It's going to be Gale and Landon Lonebacks. They rejoin here. And Peter Ronjak in all of this, he is going to be starting in the back, but he is still not a lap down, so he could be a driver to drive his way through the field, possibly on some separate strategy, but he's now tallied back up with these guys. So this caution is probably the best case scenario for this 38 team. Yeah, that's just a very interesting start to this one. Vittoria somehow gets the lead out of all this, but this chaos is going to be something to watch out for. It can continue throughout this race. At 13 of Patrick Finderop, we saw him making a lot of moves before that caution came out, so could that possibly be the story of this restart, him making some more moves? He's starting 7th, so he is on that inside line. It looks like we could restart here on lap 30, so it'll be 51 to go if we do. Of course, a very hot race, a very slick track as well. 92 degrees here at Gateway. The weather might have changed as this one has played out, but it was 92 degrees at the start of this one. Yeah, it hasn't cooled down at all, folks. So this race is a very hot one. Sierra Cooper still on pit road repairing that truck. I'm not sure if they had an engine issue and they're trying to figure it out, but there was no contact where there would have been a caution. So I'm not sure what's happening with Sierra Cooper, but this is not what you want to see for her after winning last weekend at Mexico City. So Wednesday night racing here in our Truck Night America. Of course, we head to Pocono for the PBG Paints 400, I think, or 200, whatever it is. So doubleheader week, but we get caught up. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. And then after that, next weekend, after this upcoming weekend, is going to be Eldora, which is going to be a very interesting race. It's going to be heat races, all that jazz. So it's going to be interesting to see how those drivers tackle that challenge. It's going to be a very tough one. But now you can see coming to the restart, it's going to be Brandon Haynes on that outside of the 92 Sanjo Vittoria. Behind them, that 7 of Matthew Hubert. Hubert's been pretty solid in this race so far. Made his way through. Rogaldor, we mentioned how he carves his way up through the field slowly. He's got a good long-run truck, and he's doing it so far. And this is what he needs with Sierra Cooper not running too well. So coming to the restart, will we see any chaos again? It's been a very caution-filled first stint of this race. We'll see if that changes this time around, but it is going to be Sandra Vittoria leading us to green as they head through the Geico restart zone as we get back going for this Enjoy Illinois 300. Ford has brought some very fast trucks here today, but you see a lot of Chevy starting to move their way up through the field, but here we go. So he gets the better launch here. And it's going to be Sanjay Vittoria, I think. Pretty even, actually, compared to the last restart we saw. But Vittoria is going to get a good launch going turn one. He's going to be side by side with Haynes. But you see that run he's going to get. But he's going to have Matthew Hubert challenging right behind him. But, oh, look at that 22, Chris James. But there goes Patrick Findrop on that fresh rubber. He's to the inside now. It's going to be 3 wide behind him. Side by side for second between the 7 of Matthew Hubert and that 45 of Brandon Haynes. They're able to keep it going, but behind them, side by side, 3 wide at one point. But now, that 19 of Ryan Little is going to move in, try to clear him a little bit. Very close racing, very tight-knit racing. These guys are still side by side for second. If you're Sanjay Vittoria, you like to see this because this is basically what they need as they are trying to drive away. And Hubert still hasn't cleared them. You can't race side by side for too long before you start losing time. And right now they are losing a lot of time to Vittoria. Both of these drivers not backing out of it just yet. Hubert still on that inside line. But it looks like that 45 is finally going to get clear of him. That 91 of Robert Orr peeked to the outside. He's not going to get that move done. But here goes Patrick Findrop on that fresh rubber. He took 4 tires while these guys took 2. And that tire factor could be a big beneficiary in this one. As you see Adrian Gale struggling, but Landon Lauterbach took 4 fresh tires. He's trying to make a pass on Peter Onjack right now. So Landon Lauterbach possibly could be moving his way up through this race. And we get back up ahead. Stapleton trying to get past that 22, but they're now starting to settle in now. Vittoria's probably gained the second on that 45 at this point. But behind them, side by side here, between Davenport. Oh, you saw that little jolt by that 33 of Davey Wallace there. Keeps it going, but Reggie Fogelman on the inside. Can he get the pass off? No, they're still racing pretty hard in the back of this pack. And now Landon Lauterbach just riding behind, but he probably doesn't feel too safe. Fogelman's a very risky driver, to say the least, and he's going to keep it going this time around. But yeah, this is a very interesting restart here. But yeah, that tire advantage is pretty strong here. You can see as that 13 of Findrop has really carved his way through the field after taking those tires. Now see Stapleton here. Does he lunge it to the inside of Ryan Little? He is. He's going to stick his nose in there, let it be known. But doesn't quite get the pass off. But behind them, we see that 13 now trying to look to make a pass on that 7. Doesn't get the pass off that time, though. So there's still going to be single file here, but some great racing going on between these drivers in this one. And now behind that 5 of Dixon, he's working his way up through the field. He's trying to make, that could have ended very badly if he didn't pull out of that one there. He runs at the back of that 31 of Matt Morley, but he made a pass on Clinton Buchanan for 13th there. But now up ahead you can see Davenport sticking his nose in there. That 77 running a very high line. That is not the strategy you want to take if you're Alexander Rowe. That's going to allow that 23 to possibly get to the inside. No, it doesn't quite look like it. Oh, once again, closing very hard on that number 5. Nothing gets done that time, though. Now up ahead, check back in. Brandon Haynes is closing up on some time on that number 92 as I'm going the wrong way. I'm hitting the wrong buttons, that's why. But behind them, now Patrick Findrop looking to make a pass for 3rd. Didn't get it done, but we're approaching lap 40, the halfway point in this race. And this one has been very chaotic to say the least. But now Davenport still side by side with Chris James here, looking to make a pass for 8th, and it looks like he's going to get it done if he clears him here. And he does. So now James knows he's going to fight back on that outside line, so nice little battle between here, but nope, Davenport's going to get that one done. And we'll catch in on Landon Lauterbach looking to the outside of that 33 of Davey Wall, so he gets that move done. And that's going to allowed Peter Onjak to get around him at some point. And now Peter Onjak, he's going to look, that camera angle is very dangerous here, but he's going to look for a 2-for-1. And he's going to make the move, and it's going to work out for that number 38, and he gets a 2-for-1 there as he passes that 98 as well. So great move shown there by Peter Onjak. Now can Nathan Stapleton hold off this 17 of can Nathan Stapleton hold off this 19 of Ryan Little? Little still looking to make him pass. Gonna run about the track a little bit. No, not quite. These two still battling. It's been a long race. 40 laps in, and the drama has lived up to the standard here, folks. I mean, 2 cautions, possibly not the cleanest cautions, but, you know, that happens. Hubert running third pretty well for him in that Spire team. If he got a win here today, that'd be his 3rd win on the season, which would be pretty insane. But Brandon Haynes still trying to track down this 92 of Sergio Vittoria. Can he get the move off is the question. It's one thing getting to the guy, but can you pass him? Likely going to hope for a green flag run here, because with how this race has turned out, I don't think anybody right now in this top 5 has anything for Vittoria. They just don't have that type of space. But we look behind. There goes Peter Onjak once again making another pretty impressive pass. We saw him just make that 2-for-1 pass a few laps ago, and now he's looking to the inside of Giuseppe Martini, making his 2nd start for Spire Motorsports. So Onjak carving his way through the field now. He's going to be all the way up to 16th. So Onjak and Landon Lauterbach are carving their way through the field. It's just a matter of time until they get up there. And do they get up there in enough time is the question. Now, once again, Nathan Stapleton and Davenport looking to the inside of Ryan Little. They've been battling with him all day, but behind them, I think Onjak might make a dive here underneath that 88 here if he gets a chance. Hopefully he doesn't do what he does with Stapleton, but that'll be interesting to see what happens when Stapleton and Onjak get close to each other. But now Davenport, can he get the pass off? Looking to the inside. He's got Chris James right behind him. James having a solid start, running 9th right now. Another solid start. Alexander Rowe running 10th for that Bama Buggies team, replacing Jerry Chen, running solid so far in his Speedway debut. So these guys are figuring it out. Oh, Davenport going to stick his nose in there underneath that 19. No, not quite. Doesn't quite get the move off. Back up front, Brandon Haynes is starting to track down this 92 of Vittoria. That time is starting to dwindle a little bit between this 92 and 45. Can Brandon Haynes catch up, though? Haynes has been on a hot streak as of late, and he's proven that here once again, as now he is caught up to Vittoria, but can he gain that extra ground and try to make a pass here pretty soon is the question. These guys are staying pretty close to each other for the standards we've seen in NR Truck and America and the Gainbridge Truck Series. These guys are staying pretty close to this whole field, so this has been a great race so far on lap 45, but somebody else to look out for is Patrick Finderop, but I don't know if his tire advantage he had really is that impactful anymore, as it looks like he might just be along for the ride now. Looks like the time he had is the pace he had before that's starting to dwindle. You see Ryan Little and them battling once again. But here we go. Oh, wow. So Peter Onjak and Landon Lauterbach now looking to the inside of David Dixon, the New Zealander. Dixon just has not had the streak he's won as of late. Still sits pretty comfortable in the standings, but now he's getting passed here on lap 46 by two of the top guys, and this is going to move them all the way up to 13, so they are making some ground here, and they could be knocking on the front door here to a top 10 pretty soon with Travis Rollin and Alexander Rowe and Nicholas Torres. Oh, and there goes a move for third. Patrick Fenderop looking to the inside of the number 7 Matthew Huber. Does he get the move off is the question. And I think he's going to get it done here in turns 3 and 4 because he's got a good run going into this one. So to the inside here he goes. Does he use them up a little bit? Matthew Huber might get a good run on the outside. I don't think it's going to quite happen. Now Fenderop's going to move into third. And now he's going to have his sights set on that 45 of Brandon Haynes. And yeah, Matthew Huber now, he's going to have to file in behind him, running a little bit wide. Did not take the line he wanted to, but look at this. Nathan Stapleton looking to make a pass. Well, no, Rocco Dorn was looking to make a pass on Nathan Stapleton, it seems like there. But Stapleton now, he's in fifth, and he's running really well for the damage he got. So that 17 team did not endure as much damage as I thought they would from that caution. But now, Stapleton's going to fend off that 91, but now that 91's going to have two of his McNally Racing teammates right behind him. So McNally Racing has 3 trucks in the top 10. The only guy missing is James Daniel, who got involved in that earlier incident. There goes Laudenbach and Peter Onjak around Travis Roll. Now they're closing up on the 23 and 77 of Alexander Rowe, Nicholas Torres. So if they get passed off here, they will crack themselves inside this top 10. And soon enough, we could see them challenging for the lead in this final stint as we come up on lap 50 here at the line. This one is shaping up to be a close finish, getting right to the back of that 23 Torres. Not going to do what he did to Stapleton there. Keeps it going. Now to the inside, here he goes. The inside of Torres there. Laudenbach going to follow him through. And now they are one spot away from this top 10. Alexander Rowe is ahead. About 10 seconds behind that 92 of Sanjo Vittoria. But here we go. Green flag pit stops are starting here, folks. And here comes Vittoria down the pit road. Matthew Hubert's going to run a little bit long here. Brandon Haynes running long as well. Let's see how this one plays out. So green flag pit stops are finally starting, and we're going to probably see some split pit strategy, but here goes Brandon Haynes now. When does he come in? So as Brandon Haynes comes down now, remember, that 71 of Landon Lauterbach, he's on a separate strategy than everybody else. Him and, who was it? Okay, him and Adrian Gale. They're all on a separate strategy. They have longer lasting tires than anybody else in the field. So this 71 is going to stay out longer than everybody else, and you already see him, those fresher tires, capitalizing on the 77, his teammate of Alexander Rowe, making his second start in the series. So we'll see where that plays out now, but I believe it's going to be that 71 leading now. Oh, well, now he's got to pass Chris James for the lead, but that shouldn't be too hard. So that's just how it's going to be in this race because of those separate strategies throughout the incidents and stuff. And that 38 of Peter Onjak as well. He has a little bit fresher tires, but not as much. So we'll see how that plays out for him. But we're going to have to see how long Landon Lauterbach can go and how much time he can gain. But pitting with Gale there was the right strategy for the 71 team. We saw them do it at Nashville where they pit at the right time and stayed out for a long time and finished second. So we'll see if it happens today. And it's a big possibility that it can happen. So he's coming up on Brandon Haynes now, but a couple of guys are lapped down, the 88, the 13, the 07. So it's just going to be a longevity race now, because who's going to be able to stick it in there? And Gale's now going to be running second, but I don't think he's going to hold it too long, because Gale doesn't really have the pace that 71 does. I mean, he could hold it, but it's going to be a little bit tough. And now It looks like, yeah, it looks like the final guys are coming out of pit stalls now, so we'll see where James ends up, but that strategy for that 71 team, they have most of the field a lap down now, so we'll see how it plays out. Or when does he come in is the question. I forgot what lap he pitted on, but he's got about a 26 lap run to the finish, so we'll see if it plays out in the right way for him, but I don't think the 71's going to make it. It's going to be pretty difficult for him to do it, and he's lapped half the field. Some guys aren't going to be happy about this, but yeah, you can see this Patrick Findrop. He's on some fresher tires, so this 71 might have to come down soon. He's already getting some time on the 71 to land a lot of back, so we'll see when Lauterbach comes in here, but he's already fading with those tires, and oh, that 13, the Findrop trying to make... No, he's just going to get right on underneath him and not do any shenanigans that Peter Onjak did earlier in this race. So he's now going to unlap himself. But we're already seeing that tire fall off again on that 71. So that 71, how long do they push it before those tires are dead is the question. And this is honestly, folks, has probably been one of our best races of the year. The separate strategies, the wrecks or cautions we've seen, it's been all out good and good racing. So it's been a great race up to this point, but how long does the 71 last is my question. And I don't think it's going to be too long here. He is fading. Matthew Huber, here comes his teammate, that Gainbridge machine, sporting the series sponsor colors, but now he's going to make a move on Lauterbach. So Lauterbach, how long does he push it? He might be hoping for a caution here. That's what he's got to do. He's got to hope for a caution here and hope it comes out. But at this point in the race, I don't know. These guys are all pretty spread out. Look at some battles throughout the field. That 75 stomp hit right. I think they got the pit glitch, but either way, they were out pretty early. Look at that 30 Davey Wallace making a dive. But yeah, you see the tire fall off on that 02 as well, so Onjak making some moves as well. He's going around that outside of Davenport now, but Lauterbach's going to have to come in here pretty soon. He's losing a lot of time to these guys. I do think a true tell on if he's really gaining or losing pace is going to be this 91 of Rogel Dorn. If Rogel Dorn's able to track him down, then I do think the 71 has to come in pretty soon. I forgot what lap he pitted, but it's been a long time, and I don't think he's going to make the next 20 laps. That's going to be tough for the 71 team. He's going to have to limp it to the finish, but if anyone can do it, it's Landon Lauterbach. This is when that finishing rating comes into play. How long can you make your stuff last for? And talking about tires, let's talk about fuel. We don't even know how much fuel that 71 team put in there, so we don't even know if he has enough fuel to make it to the end. So, no, he's not coming in still. So here comes Nathan Stapleton, Ryan Little, all of them. Stapleton on pole. Of course, got wrecked early by Peter Onjak. Peter Onjak closing in on him now. See if any tempers flare. I'm still likely see it in the live chat if Onjak's in the race. We'll see what really happened there, but we'll probably interview both drivers after the race. But that 38 flat out dumped the 17, and I don't think this 17 is going to let that 38 go by lightly. But yeah, here we go. If this 91 of Rogel Dorn is able to track him down, he didn't track him down as fast, but I think this 71 has to come down pretty soon. He might be coming down right now. And here he comes. Yes, he does. So now the 71 lane, Lauterbach comes down. This is going to decide the last 20 laps of this race. Can that 71 put together a good pit stop? So here he comes now down the pit road. Adrian Gill likely going to join him. The net lead now is Sergio Vittoria. Where is Vittoria at, and how far is Haynes behind him? Here's Vittoria. He's got a lot of room ahead to work with. Haynes has two trucks separate him. Right now, if that 71 doesn't come off pit road before him, no. So Sergio Vittoria now, he's going to move into the lead. So this is Sergio Vittoria's race to lose now. Does Brandon Haynes have anything for him? Are there any late race cautions? Do we have A&R Truck 9 America overtime? He's got a lot of lap traffic ahead, and he's got that 45 right behind him. Vittoria's been good all day at this track. Needed some stuff to go his way, but he's capitalized on it, and now he has just 20 laps to go in this one, and he's just got to hold on now. We'll see if Brandon Haynes tries to make any moves, but It's looking very unlikely. There goes Peter Onjak passing that 17, Nathan Stapleton. We'll see if anything transpires between these two. It doesn't look like it just now. Keep in mind, these are the guys that are in the first two pit boxes, so they might have the teams might have gotten things ironed out, but you still think Stapleton would be a little bit upset. So at this point in the race, does Onjak maybe try to track him down? It's going to be tough. 10 seconds off that our leader of Vittoria. It's going to be tough, but these guys are all hoping for a caution right now, which would just be the icing on top to this race. At 92's hoping for everything to go right now. One more truck separates Brandon Haynes and Sanjay Vittoria, this 99 Amanda Candamill Jr., who's currently running second to last. I want to say, oh, here goes. He's running really close behind. These guys battling ahead is not good for Vittoria now. Oh, no, that's not good. And there goes Brandon Haynes trying to pass Amanda Candamill Jr. now. So if Vittoria's not able to get around these guys and they still battle side by side, this could be a factor in the finish of this race. And here goes Brandon Haynes now. The chase is going to begin now. And look behind. It's Matthew Hubert trying to make a pass on Patrick Finderop for third. Wednesday night action in this race has fulfilled all the expectations we had coming into this one. Maybe even went past those expectations. But now here we go. These guys are battling side by side now. What lane does Roxy Angelo take? That 45's got to get around these guys too, don't forget. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. At 56, we'll see how difficult they make it on this 45. But Hubert does get past this 13 Finderop. Behind him, Onjak moves into fifth. He might track down Finderop, but Finderop has a fast truck. Okay, Vittoria now. He gets past that 52 of Eric Monaco now. He's got to get past Roxy Angelo, but that's not going to happen. Brandon Haynes, does he have the pace? We've talked about it for weeks. He has the pace for second, but he's just not able to get past these guys. Oh, and there we go. Look at Eric Monaco now, diving to the inside of Vittoria. Does he try to pass him here? If he does, that's not going to help this 92. Oh, now 92 is going to wisely go to the inside here. Get past Angel Gutierrez, another Gainbridge machine. But now look at Brandon Haynes going to the inside. This is going to be a close finish here, folks. So now he's got to pass Eric Monaco. Eric Monaco, he's going to have to hope Eric Monaco gets past the 2 well, or he's going to get held up now. Oh, and there they go. Getting really close racing, and there goes Haynes to the inside now. Brandon Haynes now. One truck away from this 92 of Vittoria. Does he dive it to the inside? Yes, he does. He just stick his nose in there. No. Yes, he does. He's going to get the pass off. All right, now this 92 is going to have to hope his 2 Ford teammates, 2 Turner Motorsports trucks ahead, move out the way. But here comes Brandon Haynes. No, Vittoria's going to get stuck behind them. Haynes might have to work to the outside here. Just over 10 laps to go in this race. He's got to hope now. He's got to hope this 57 holds him up once again. But Vittoria, does he get risky here? No. Oh, there they go. Close racing. Haynes falls through. No. Yes, he does. So now Vittoria gets through, but can Haynes get through is the question. It's clean air ahead. Clean air, but Brandon Haynes is going to get sandwiched in now. Now he's going to look to the inside of this 81 of Trevor Vaden now. So now Vittoria has clean air ahead. But does he get caught up behind that 18 of James Daniel? Let's see. But now Haynes is finally going to get past this 81, and now he's got to have his sights set and hit his marks to get to this 92. Next time around, it's going to be 10 to go. Up ahead, Bjorn for Jorgensen and James Daniel battling. I'm not sure for which position. Wow, pretty 30th here. So just battling to stay on the lead lap, which with the way Jorgensen was moving on fresh tires earlier, that's pretty surprising. Then behind them, You see Onjak, he's starting to make his way up there, but I don't think he's going to quite catch up to this 13 or 7. I think he's going to stay in there, but now let's see if this 45 is able to get anything done. Oh, there goes Vittoria. He's looking to the inside of James Daniel now. Vittoria already making an early move. Now he's going to have to work with Dylan Matiska here. Matiska might hold him up. That's a Nice Motorsports truck. We've seen RFK be notorious for their team tactics this season. Does Nice maybe call it in there? I don't know. But now he's putting more and more trucks, and Haynes is not looking to the inside here. He's got to look to the inside of James Daniel here. Does he do it? No, James Daniel's going to park the brakes in front of him. You can't be doing that. And now Vittoria's got one truck ahead before he makes it 3 trucks in between them. And yeah, I don't think Haynes is going to get past these guys here. James Daniel not really being friendly here. And now Vittoria's got to pass this 42, Dylan Matiska, the Nice Motorsports teammate. Takes some air. Haynes riding right on the back of this 18. You might just boot him out the way at this point. He can't get past him any other way. We saw this happen at Nashville. Brandon Haynes was too scared to make a move, and it looks like it's going to be the case here tonight, possibly. Oh, he's going to make it 3 wide. He's going to get a 2-for-1, possibly. Now up ahead, there's a lot more guys ahead, but I think that could be the deciding factor in this race. Vittoria, he doesn't have any more battles he has to face through now. So Haynes, unless he hits his marks, it's going to be a tough one here for him. That 18 did not give that 45 any favors, possibly helping out his McNally Racing teammate Charlie Davenport. He knows he's in a tight points battle to get over that cutoff line. Also Raul Godorn as well, so seeing Haynes right there, that also could have been a factor in that. But now, look at the 92, making a pass on that 98 of Evan Marisi now. And here goes Brandon Haynes. He's going to have to pass his teammate Dylan Matiska. Shouldn't be too difficult. Coming to 6 to go at the line. Yeah, Haynes, I don't think he has anything left in that truck. He's just taking the worst lines possible. He's not quite there yet when it comes to passing lap traffic. He's going to use the outside line here, but he just quite hasn't shown the speed at these speedways to get past that lap traffic efficiently. But this is what he likes to see ahead. Monica Pato, the 27, and Sebastian Lopez all battling here. As we are... God, I keep hitting the wrong key. We are right in the thick of it now. Can this 45 get past this 98 of Evan Marisi? Behind them, Peter Onjak is closing in on this 13 of Patrick Fenderop and the 7 of Matthew Huber, and he might pass him here soon. See 2 Gainbridge trucks fighting here now. Ooh, Fenderop, does he turn him? No. If he turns him, that would probably be overtime, pretty close to overtime. Oh, and the 98's going to park the brakes on this 45 here, and that's not going to help him out. If he can't get past Evan Marisi here, that might be the race decider. It's 5 to go. Yeah, that 98's parking the brakes on that 45. I think that might be the end of this one. Now, Vittoria working on his teammate. 4 to go now. 4 more times around World Wide Technology Raceway before that 92 sees himself in victory lane. That 98 of Evan Marisi has parked the brakes on the 45 of Brandon Haynes, and I'd be surprised if Haynes doesn't just boot him out the way at this point. Pull up Peter Onjak and just get him out the way, because he's ruined his race so far. But as we get closer to the back, look, Peter Onjak working around this outside now. He's looking to get 3rd away from Matthew Hubert. 4th away. There goes Haynes, but it is all too little, too late in this one. There is about 3 trucks in between them. 3 to go now. Vittoria got the lead in some interesting circumstances at the beginning of this race, and he's just ran away with it. Peter Onjak, of course, made that early pit stop, had a tire rub from that incident with Nathan Stapleton, and then we also had that incident with Nathan Stapleton, but that 71's came to the party and shown up, and I mean the 92's come to the party and shown up and just taking this win away from these guys, and he's done a good job at it. But now coming to 2 to go, 2 more times around World Wide Technology Raceway before the 92 becomes a multi-race winner on the season and likely sees himself get the points lead unless Landon Lauterbach gains enough points as he's still making his way through the field. Yeah, he's passing that 26 here, and he might try to get that 38 of now. Yeah, I think he could possibly get that 38 on Jack. They're pretty fast, but here we go. We're coming to the white flag here soon. And we get to this flag. No more caution. The caution will end this race. The white flag's out for Sergio Vittoria. One more time around World Wide Technology Raceway. It quite wasn't the day for Brandon Haynes. He's going to finish second once again at these speedways. Just doesn't have the efficiency to get around this lap traffic, and we've seen that hurt him again once again. But coming through turns 3 and 4, this 92 team, they got the lead in some very interesting circumstances, but they ran away with it. This team's been fast all day, and here we go. Sergio Vittoria is going to win the Enjoy Illinois 300. A great race win for that 92 team. Just flat out stole the show here today, and they just really put together a good performance behind them. Brandon Haynes in second. Third's going to be that 7 of Matthew Huber. Yeah, the 7 of Matthew Huber finishes third. Fourth is Patrick Finderop. He had a great day. He used those fresh tires to his advantage. Peter Onjak drove his way up. Landon Lauterbach from all the way from 28th. You just got to fix together those qualifying performances, but as they all bring it down to the road, that 92 is going to burn it down as he's going to be the winner here at World Wide Technology Raceway. Oh, and there's a huge stack up coming on the pit road here. But you wonder for Nathan Stapleton here, if that 38 doesn't give him that damage and turns him into the wall, what could have been? But you can say that for a lot of guys, what could have been. And unfortunately, it just wasn't Nathan Stapleton's day. Let's get into the burnout, and then we'll get into our finishing results in this race, folks. And folks, as we get into our finishing results in this race, you see Sergio Vittoria, fourth to first, led 54 laps in this race, so he led about most of the laps in this race. You know, after that first caution involving Onjak and Nathan Stapleton, he really took off, especially when Onjak came down pit road for that tire rub, because that contact with Nathan Stapleton was pretty bad. So he's going to get the win here today, and he's likely, I don't know, I think Landon Lauterbach could possibly maintain his points lead, but they're only 1 point separated, so it's going to be a very close, tight race for that regular season championship. But behind the Brandon Haynes, 5th to 2nd, another second place finish. Haynes has got to get in the simulator and work on passing lap traffic because it's been tough for him. That 18 did park the bus on him, but the 18's 2 teammates are trying to make it in the chase, and the 45 is the next guy in. But with how Sierra Cooper was today, struggling, didn't even get off pit road, I don't think. They struggled after that first incident. And, yeah, it just was bad from there. Matthew Hubert, 12th to 3rd. Hubert, just a solid driver in the series. Not the big 3, but he is right outside their 4th to 5th, and he finishes great here today, and he's going to get another good point today and gain some points on some guys. Patrick Finderop, another great finish. Finished 4th. He was actually highlighted a lot in this race. He was making some moves with the fresh tires and stuff, but he was a really solid driver. Peter Onjak, he had to drive all the way up on that separate strategy. He gets it done, though. Led only 1 lap in this race. Started second, led only 1 lap in this race, and yeah, that's what happened there. Landon Lauterbach, 36 to 6, gains 30 spots. Back-to-back speedways, he started near the back. He's got to figure out that qualifying because he can't keep driving his way up to the field. That's just not good for that 71 team. But behind them, Morago Dorn in the 91, the 19, and the 43. 3 McNally Racing trucks all finished in the top 10, and that 91 and 43 needed this performance, especially after that 75 Sierra Cooper struggled. Nathan Stapleton got dumped by that 38, led 14 laps, was looking like the dominant truck. Who knows, that damage impacted him a lot in this race, and he was not able to get back up, but the top 10 finish is still good. Behind them, Alexander Rowe in the 77. Great finish. Finished 11th, started 11th. Maintained the truck, finished 11th. Great performance for his second start. Chris James as well. David Dixon drove his way up to the field. Dixon and Lauterbach just really struggled in qualifying lately. Torres finishes decent. Buchanan drove his way through the field. We saw him getting passed a couple times, but he still did pretty good. Giuseppe Martini, you see, finished 21st. He drove his way all the way up from 39th to last. So some guys are making some moves. Travis Strong drops down a little bit. Tyrick McLean doesn't really make any moves in this one. Carl Young, not too many. Lopez drops back a little bit. Monica Pato gains a couple spots, but he just hasn't started well. Adrian Gale, guy to highlight here. Gale got stuck on that separate strategy. He didn't have the pace that Landon Lauterbach would have had. And they were on the same strategy, so maybe if Gale was better at getting past some guys, he probably would have finished the year where Lauterbach finished, who knows, but he did not have a good day, good points day. Skylar Taylor struggled as well. Evan Marisi. And looking back here, Manny Cannonball Jr. drops back a lot of positions. That just happens a lot. That 99 team's just struggled all year. Hopefully he has a better next season. Angel Goodyear as well. Those guys, some of these guys back here just fortunately struggled, and just you can't struggle too much or it's going to bite you in the butt, and unfortunately hurt these guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it. 8 lead changes, 6 drivers. Very hot race, our hardest race of the year. 2 caution flags, 8 laps. But that's going to be it from NR Truck in America and the Gainbridge Truck Series. Sanjay Vettori gets his second Gainbridge Truck Series win all in the year. He's going to join a couple guys in that company, Landon Lauterbach, Matthew Hubert. So that's going to be all. Thank you to all our partners. You can see them in the description. BML, PGMA, some 2 great series. But make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this action. Join the Discord server. Next season signups are going to be pretty soon. The owner signups are probably going to be about the end of the regular season, so we can get that prepared. So guys, start to join the Discord server if you're interested, and subscribe to the channel to see these races. These are some pretty good races, and yeah. So that's going to be Charlie Davenport signing off from NR Truck in America, and Gainbridge Truck Series returns this weekend, Sunday night at Pocono Raceway, or Sunday afternoon, Pocono Raceway, depends on the time. But that's it for some Wednesday night action. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Goodbye.